do that. Okay, so what are we? We're in Humanity's Destiny. Humanity's Destiny. And we are in Wednesday, January the 8th, 2025. And I guess we'll go course introduction. Oh, do I need to do this? Set you up here? Just a sec. Hold on. Yeah. So export over here to, what is it again? Export to screen share. Yeah. Okay. Why? And then wired, right? Let's see. Is it coming? Yeah. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Yep. Good. Okay. Course introduction. We'll do course intro. And then we're going to do, we always start with tech. Welcome. Okay. And today, ahead, aboard. Who's aboard? And then we'll do a little lecture. Just a little lecture. And we'll do an activity. And then we'll do the take up. Take up and conclude. Good. And then we'll call that a class. Excellent. Yeah, perfect. And then we'll get the ISS there. And we're good with Toria. Let's just see how we're doing. We'll get started in a couple of minutes, everyone. Just want to check and see how we're doing with the Cosmos, the online group. Yeah, exactly. Let's see what happens over there. And we'll move this back. We'll move this in a little bit. Great. It's a good turnout for in person. I'm just going to push this in a little bit, okay? And you'll see how this is all going to work. Lovely. What's your name? How do you spell it? Oentar. OTK. OTK. Nice. Okay, come on. Yeah. Hi. You are Mr. Potter from Harry Potter and a few other. Okay, so excellent. Wow. Well then, good. Just want to check. Hello, Edith, Wasi, and Maddie in the solar system out there, the planets. Can you see me? Can you hear me clearly? It's Lon Appleby in the global.
Yes, I can see you and hear you.
Perfect. Okay, good. We just want to make sure. Wow. Excellent. We've got a great turnout, and you'll see in online momentarily. I'm just going to shut this. Wow, we've got all of our pods working. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. I think that we can actually begin on time and without, come on in, and with a minimal amount of troubleshooting. Way to go. Welcome, everyone, to the Global Classroom and to Humanity's Destiny. It's all about the future. It hasn't happened yet, but we're going to make things happen in this class, this space, this amazing space over the next 14 weeks. Now, I just want to make sure that everything is working properly. As you can see behind me on the big board, that there's a little agenda, and I always start with tech. You'll see, and usually it says troubleshoot, because before we ever start, there's always a technical issue in this classroom that we have to address. That's just normal. But today, everything is looking pretty good. So we won't have to do any troubleshooting and we can move on. But before I take any questions or get to know all of you a little bit more, as well as the students in the Cosmos out there and the students watching the recordings, we have to establish something about what's going to happen today in this space. So I need to explain about this room and about what we're doing here. And then we are going to try and understand something today about what it means to be the future. To be the future. This is going to be something that resonates all through the semester. You're going to be wondering a lot as we go from week to week, what does it mean to be the future? Well, you will be the future. You are the future. So the question is, what does that mean? I am Professor Lon Appleby, and this is the Global Classroom Coordinator, Mayreen Khan, whom you will see a lot of as well. You have stepped into a space, an educational experience that we think is the best class in the world, as you saw on DC Connect in the announcement, and I hope we can live up to that. I teach in this space that I've helped to create, the human story, past, present, and future. So humanity's destiny is where we're going. Global Leader, which I teach in the mornings, is all about leadership skills and how you deal with the world as it is today to set you up for success in a very messed up, amazing, strange world that is so complex that soon only machines are going to be able to understand what to do, and humans won't even be able to understand anymore. But that's about where we are now. And then Short History of the World, I teach on Fridays, and that's all about the human story on planet Earth, trying to understand how we, the human race, became so dominant and powerful. And we go all the way back to the Big Bang, to the beginning of time. And we try to understand evolution and where humans are going. So I teach, where do we come from? Who are we? The global leader. And where are we going? Humanity's destiny. So the human story on planet Earth, our shared human story, is my specialty. What I love to teach and what I've been able to create in this space, the global classroom, with the $500,000 video wall and all sorts of other things. So I need to explain a little bit more about this experience. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of time to do that, and it will give you a chance to kind of relax and settle in, and also check me out, because you may decide by the end of today's class that you don't want to be here. That's no problem. There's so many good gen ed electives. You can always take another one, and there's not going to be a strike at this college. That was announced today. Labor action has been settled. No labor action, which means your semester is safe. So you have lots of opportunities at this great college to check things out. But by the end of today, you should have a good sense of what humanity's destiny is, and if you want to continue to come to this class, okay? So first, here's what I need to explain. I need to wear my little television filmmaker's hat, because I come from a long background in media, television, directing, producing, writing, before I started teaching 15 years ago and began to really teach what I love, which is the human story. I need to do a little bit of directing. I need to so you need to understand something about how this class works. Can you do me a favor and just put up the live stream on YouTube right now? Okay, good. So you need to see this, because first, you need to know that this class is recorded and live streamed in high definition, so that there's a recording available for everybody. There are 56 students enrolled in just this class. Many of them are not here. They'll be watching the recordings. You can do that too. You can come to the class any way you like. So what we actually record is important. And I have to think a bit sometimes like a producer, director, and wear my production hat. And if you look at the screen right now, it doesn't really reflect the fact that there are a lot more people in this class. So I need to move everybody up so that the people online can see all of you. So we have a class, which means we need to fill these couches, and we need to fill first the tables around here, okay? So if you are really uncomfortable, not a problem, you can hang back there. But Here's the method in the madness. This is why we say it's the best class in the world. This is not Zoom. We've created an experience so that anybody who comes in online or watches the recordings feels like they're joining a space of people learning. If they don't see you, you don't exist. And they are not feeling like they're part of a class. So I can't order you to come in and sit here, but when you sit here, you're going to start to get the full power of the class, not just for all of those who are watching online, but the interaction. And I need to also address this too, because some of you may say, I don't like this, okay? And you may want to leave. This is a class all about your future. It's about visionaries. It's about everything that we can imagine, from space exploration to artificial intelligence to what's happening to humans, to so many things about our future. But technology is not as important as the humans. Okay? So that means that when we come into this space, we're going to be interacting as human beings. We're going to be talking so much and learning so much about tech and science. These are the two greatest forces in the human story on planet Earth. However, as you well know, we're living at a moment in history where our new kinds of super intelligence, deep learning, machine intelligence is beginning to surpass humans. What that means is that we humans are in danger of losing our humanness. Now, that's big picture stuff. But actually, as you're going to see this semester, it's quite common everywhere now. So if we don't understand how to interact as human beings like this, and you don't learn how to interact as a human to human, you are going to be lost. You're going to be depressed. You're going to be stressed. You're going to be experiencing tech stress through your whole life because you are expecting technology to be there for you all the time. It can't be. Unless you want to turn out like Elon Musk. Brilliant engineer, loves computers, but as soon as he opens his mouth, whoa, danger, tyrant, demagogue, control. You know, this is a person who is an amazing individual to study for our future in terms of what technology can do and then what power can do to a person who has all the technology. Because Elon Musk has all the tech now. He wants that, and he wants to tell the rest of the world what to do. So, technology and humanity and what it means to be a human and how to maintain our humanity are huge questions. And that's why I want to make everybody feel like they're in a class and it's humans interacting here and with the people out there. Okay? So, but if you don't want to move, not a problem. Okay? I just want you to be aware of why I focus on this a lot. Now, what I'd like to do today is give you a sense of the big sort of broad strokes of what humanity's destiny is. So you understand what we'll be covering, how you'll be marked, what this course is, and why you would even sign up for this Gen Ed elective. The fact that you're here in person like this for our first class is awesome. I can't believe I'm seeing so many people in person. And so for all of you in the cosmos right now, Edith, Wasi, Maddie, and the many others who are watching later, the asyncers, I call them, the asynchronous students, there are all these people behind the couches right now. There are all these humans here, and they've come in person. And I have no idea why they would do that, but I want to make it worth their while to be here in person. So let me just stop. I'm going to take it very slowly and kind of give you a sense of where we're going. First, does anybody have anything they'd like to say? Do any humans in this space right now, flesh and blood, blood moving through their body into their brains with something like, I don't know, 20 billion neurons connected and 100 trillion different connections? That brain is moving. It's an incredible thing, the human brain. But then if you talk to Elon Musk, well, there's a thing called a neural network now, and he wants to create the artificial brain so it can be controlled. And he wants to put chips into your brains, and he's doing that so that he and others can control. But right now, I'm just going to say, all of you cherish your free mind. And you all have brains that are working right now. And even more than that, I don't see anybody yet who has disappeared into their machine. You can bring your machine to the class anytime. Your small machine, your bigger machine, or whatever device you want. However, if you keep coming to the class and disappearing into your machine, I would suggest you don't come to the in-person class and you stay in the cosmos with Edith, Wasi, and Maddie, and everyone else. You have lots of options, okay? But we're humans. We're gonna really interact. So is anyone brave enough yet to take a microphone and, karaoke, like talk, yeah, great, okay. You look like you have courage. I don't know why, but you came in, you sat down, and you looked straight at me. What's that? You- The fact that you're sitting there right now like that, that's courage. And I have news for you, by the way. There are all sorts of experts today who say that you and me and everybody else are called the anxious generation. No, that's true. But I want to be younger. I just turned 62. So I'm gonna throw myself into this group and say, I'm part of the anxious generation. But guess what? In my estimation, anxiety is a good thing. It's okay. You have a superpower. It's okay. So, and you have courage. You just said something about yourself that everybody can relate to. So that too. Well, who else is autistic? Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk, I think, has Asperger's once upon a time when he was in Canada. And you could look at all sorts of people in the tech world and beyond, artists and writers and even Albert Einstein. And you know what you're going to find? Some mental health stuff in there. Because we're all a little strange, we humans. And the really brave ones recognize, yeah, well, I'm going to use that because that makes me unique. It makes me sensitive. It makes me human. Humans are not perfect. Out of the crooked timber of humanity, a straight line was never made. Ooh, isn't that a lovely line? Out of the crooked timber of humanity, a straight line was never made. We humans are imperfect. And in the imperfection is our specialness. Only where there's a crack can the light get in. You ever heard that? Leonard Cohen, great Canadian songwriter. Only where there's a crack can the light get in. So imperfection, struggle, that's us. Perfection, that's a machine. Not alive. Dead. Waiting for the human to feed it programs and algorithms. Okay. So let's start for a second, okay? And understand. What's your name? Manish. Welcome, Manish. Okay, so Manish, karaoke so that the cosmos and everybody else can hear you like a podcast. It's like Joe Rogan, really intimate. Like you can hear, except we won't have Donald Trump on the show all the time. We'll have some normal people, some calmer people,
What do you mean?
some nicer people. Yes,
What's the fun of me and all, bro?
that's true.
We goof off.
Okay, Manish, so you wanted to say something, and I think that's shows guts.
Hello?
Yep, go
Mike's
ahead.
on now.
Yeah.
What y'all want to talk about even?
What's that?
What y'all want me to talk about?
You can talk about whatever you want to talk about because we have free minds in this classroom as long as we use them well and intelligently. As long as we use language well, we're going to explore things together about the future that will help us to open ourselves to all sorts of possibilities. So, Manish, say what you got to say.
Okay, well, hi. I'm Manish, the guy in green and gray.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm just gonna have some few thoughts on Elon Musk. My mom's obsessed with him. I do not know why. It's like she just wants to get rich, and also because his mind is smart. She's been comparing me all day, but like, nah,
Well,
just-
she's not, stupid. I mean, he is the richest person in the world, but
that is true.
the question is, how did he get that wealth?
He went
Maybe he's
to-
not telling us everything.
That is facts.
But go ahead. Yes.
He stole it. What do you mean you stole it? Bro worked actual hard for that money, but okay. Anyway,
Maybe he didn't. Maybe he needed more people than he says he does. But anyways, Elon Musk is going to always be there in this class for the whole semester because there's no figure in the world today that all young people can connect with for better or for worse and represents our future because he is standing at the very intersection of our future. He has a foot on the planet, he has a foot in space, he has his claws into all technology, and now
he's gonna have his paws.
politics. Yes.
Okay, speaking of politics, Justin Trudeau resigning from goddamn
That's right.
Parliament. That is interesting. I've been doing a lot of political research over the years, looking at Trudeau's standing. If he did the immigration laws a lot more sophisticatedly, like by just only bring in both healthcare workers and construction workers instead of just bringing and opening the freaking floodgates all at once, it wouldn't have caused our economy to crash so hard.
Manish, thank you for already jumping right in. You're talking about politics, and we will talk a lot about that. We will talk about many things that I will lay out for you in a moment. But I just want to stop for a second and build on what Manish just said, because I think that, again, takes courage. What do you think politics represents in our lives? Why do people talk so much about politics? What is politics? And why is politics so important for our future? Why must we understand government and politicians in order to understand humanity's destiny? Why do you think that? I can help you. And I'll tell you one thing, and then I'll move on. Politics is all about human relationships. It's all about arguing and power. It's all about who should rule. Good. Go ahead. It should be on, yep. Yep, go. It should be on. If not, I'll come around. Sometimes tech, good.
Politics, like according to me, it's a power, not for just a person, for like whole world. Like if you are in politics, if you have power, you can take the world in the better direction or the worse direction.
Politics is about society. Politics is about how we're going to build a society together. Politics is about those relationships. Politics is about who should rule. Politics is about who's going to wear the ring. Politics is about who's Frodo. And maybe politics is about who doesn't want the ring anymore. But maybe she does. Chrystia Freeland. She suddenly said to Justin Trudeau, I'm going to resign. The deputy prime minister over Christmas precipitated the crisis that has led to our prime minister's resignation. Now, who do you think is going to step up and become the next prime ministerial candidate for the Liberal Party? Somebody who may actually defeat Pierre Poilievre and become our next prime minister? Chrystia Freeland. Yes. So these relationships, the relationship between Chrystia Freeland and Justin Trudeau and how that led to her decision to resign because she didn't want to work for him anymore. And then he had to decide over Christmas, am I going to resign or not? And all these people in the country saying, well, I'm going to use a 4-letter word, but I won't. Damn Trudeau. All those people who were saying, damn Trudeau, we hate him. Now he's gone. Now we have a future. What's it going to be? So much today is unpredictable. You are living at a time where the future is not known in ways that humans have never had to deal with. In most of human history, we knew what was going to happen in the future. Things didn't change so fast, but now everything changes. Suddenly, the weather changes, the politicians change, your device changes. You got to get this update. You got to check your announcement. You got to keep on top of these changes. And it is a very bewildering experience to be human today. And I want to help you deal with that complexity. The word that is going to be haunting you through this whole semester, apart from being the future, is, do you know, are you ready to deal with complexity? Can you manage yourself, your stress? Can you see in the complexity these opportunities for you? Or are you just so overwhelmed with so many things coming at you that you just don't want to get out of bed in the morning? It's like, wait a minute, it's just too much. I want to help you see in this and see through this. This is a magnificent time to be alive. But you got to be smart. Smarter than ever. Otherwise, you get left behind.
Well, we have to be the next coming of Elon Musk.
That's right. With maybe a little bit of a heart. And
Well, I sure
some-
hope we got heart.
What's that?
Well, I sure hope we got heart.
Well, we will talk about that. Okay. So, Maureen, you mentioned somebody was already. Edith, would you like to ask a question? Would you like to say something? This is unusual. Very early on in the first class, somebody in the cosmos on planet E has decided they would like to speak to planet Earth over here. Planet E, are you still there? Or has the solar wind somehow
Stargo?
swept you? Planet E?
No.
Planet E, I think, needs a rescue mission right now. Let's just see.
You go send some space shuttles.
We'll send something there for help. Okay, well, Planet E may have just mistakenly pressed the hand icon, but would rather remain silent in the big, silent, black cosmos. No problem. We're going to continue. But anytime Planet E or Planet M or Planet WM and everyone else who would like to say something, you can always speak here in this classroom. So, next questions. And then I'm going to tell you more about the course. But first, I'd like to establish that you are the ones who matter the most. So, hearing from Manish, hearing from
Jake.
Jake, and then it was Otike. Well, I'd like to say it the way you really respect. You want to be respected. You want your name, your full name used because it's a beautiful name. Do you like OTK? Is it okay? Okay, so OTK, do you have something you would like to say? I thought you did, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong? There we go. I stand corrected. I make mistakes all the time. Where there's a crack, that's where the light gets in. Imperfection, the crooked timber of humanity. I'm just an imperfect, mistake-prone human being. I was wrong. Who else would like to say something? Hello, Kitty. Please give your name and go ahead, karaoke, and we will keep this ship in its orbit. Go ahead.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rachel. I'm excited to meet all you guys. I'm wondering what your end goal is for all of us, or what you think we should take away by the end of this course.
Excellent. Okay, I'm glad you asked that.
That's a good question.
Well, I'm I'm going to walk you through the classes week by week so you can see some of the topics. But everything is building to, and it's Rachel, everything is building to the music. The music, Rachel. And do you know a good musician that I like quite a bit? His name is Marshall Mathers, Eminem.
Yes, sir.
You heard of Eminem from Detroit, the white rapper?
The guy who can.
Yeah.
really-
Well, you know, there's a song Eminem sings, one of his really good songs called When I'm Gone. Do any of you know that song, When I'm Gone? Manish? When I'm Gone and When I'm Gone, yes? Seen the video? Nice video. And do you feel this student who's raised a hand, and for all of you out there in the cosmos and beyond, there's a student in the corner. She's just raised her hand, and now I'm going to ask her if she would like to speak. But she said, no way, no way. Okay, so we will respect that. Well, in the video, When I'm Gone, and in the song, When I'm Gone, Eminem stands up, and it opens with him in therapy. Poor Eminem coming to terms with his drug addiction and alcohol. And oh, here we go again. From mental health problems comes a kind of greatness. Here we have an Eminem ready to sing about his mental health. Well, it turns out that Eminem has decided that he wants to sing about his legacy, about what he's going to leave behind when he's gone. And so he sings a song about his daughter. His daughter. And I don't want to spoil it for you, but I kind of have to be able to explain it. At the end of this song, he comes to the conclusion that there's a bigger legacy for him that he wants to leave behind in his life when he's gone, and has a lot to do with human connection, not standing on stage and being the star. That's kind of shallow in the end if it's all about yourself. So, to answer your question, I'm going to help you understand what are some of the critical forces in the human story, what the next big thing might be in the development of science and technology, about space exploration and where we're going. You'll be introduced to some visionaries who are thinking about the future and the human future at this time in history, so that then you can ponder this near the end of the course and think about, well, how do I want to live my life? What do I want to do, knowing that this is what we think is going to happen in the next 100 years or so? How am I going to live in this world? And you could do a life plan as your final assignment. You'll have lots of choices. So in the end, all of this is building towards an understanding of how you are going to live in this world in which humanity's destiny has never been more of a question mark than ever. We just don't know where we're going to be in 20 years or 30 years. We might be in a terrible war. Canada may no longer exist. If
Be part of the United States.
Donald Trump and Elon Musk would like it, they would like to do what the Americans did 200 years ago. They invaded Canada, got pushed back. It's called the War of 1812, with the help of all the indigenous people here. They wanted to annex Canada. Well, now, here we go again. If you can believe it, they're talking about, let's make Canada a state. It's like, people are laughing at this, but they're more than joking in this. They love American power. So
It's stupid.
understanding something about our destiny too, Rachel, will be understanding the future of the United States. There is no greater power in human civilization, for better or for worse, than the American Republic. But some people think it's dying. And the leaders that it's choosing right now are a reflection of this in some people's mind. The mediocrity of their leaders, the criminals that they're electing, known criminals, liars, cheaters. That could be a sign of a country in decline. Or it could be something else. So we have to We have to figure out if there's no United States, then what would there be? Where will the freedom be? Does anybody really care about freedom more than the United States apparently does? Yes. It's all about personal freedom. So understanding freedom, Rachel, too, the future of freedom in a world where machines are dictating more and more what we do, how we should do them, where we should be. Very important stuff. Is that making sense? Yeah. So here's the way it will go week to week, okay? Today is just course introduction. You get a sense of the broad strokes. But next week, we're going to do a whole class about thinking about the future. How do you think about the future in very realistic ways? What kinds of tips and tricks can we learn from the Harvard Business School, for example?
Reflect
How
on
to
the
forecast
past.
and think about the future. We're going to look the following week at the next big thing. What might be the next big game-changing technology or scientific discovery that is going to change our lives the way artificial intelligence is right now? Then we're going to look at sustainability. Can we sustain this thing called human progress on planet Earth? We're going to look at the future of freedom and democracy. We're going to look at a current event and try to understand how that connects to the future. And then we're going to head into the second part of the semester and really look at space exploration, try and understand what we think we can get when we go to Mars, which we're planning to do. What about all these amazing things that are happening with the Parker Solar Probe right now that just a couple of weeks ago got so close to the sun, never as close to the sun as we have gotten in the last 2 weeks. We have all these discoveries we're making in space exploration. Before we talk about M&M and legacy, we're going to do a whole class on neuroscience and the human brain and what we're learning about the human brain in terms of its powers, and also what we're learning about how to replicate the human brain artificially, called a neural network. So there are all these things, forces in our story, and we're going to look at a different topic each week. Do you have any questions so far about something that must be a kind of elephant in the room, which is, well, are you going to be doing any work? Are we? Okay, well, let's see. First,
This is
let's
the
go to
work.
the cosmos and see if you have a question or would like to say something, feel free to hop. Oh, thanks. Maureen has put that there. Let's make a card, okay? But we'll try it with, see who wants to write, okay? Normally, Maureen will do the writing on the cards because we don't always get so many students in person. But this is remarkable. So here, I'm going to ask a question. Is there anybody here who likes to write? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like you like to write with a thing in your hand as opposed to a machine, but you know, you use a pencil or a pen or anything like that? No? Use both? Anybody like to? Rachel? Rachel, would you mind standing over there and becoming our scribe for the moment? We're about to do what we do in this class every week. We do fresh PowerPoint slides. We do them live.
Even better.
Yeah, we're going to do a slide together, not a prepackaged one that was done 5 years ago and I bring into class. It's going to be fresh out of the oven in this class, a fresh slide. Us together. So, slide. Could you please write down evaluation? Evaluation. And may I just alert you to something? Sure. You're watching a human being exercise the greatest power on earth.
Our hands.
Yes.
Not only that,
Our
Yes.
mind.
our ability to write.
Oh.
If you study human history and human civilization on planet Earth, and you look at any civilization going all the way back to the first humans in what we often call the Fertile Crescent, Mesopotamia, could be India, could be China, could be Americas, could be Africa. We all come from Africa. It all started to happen around the eastern part of Africa. This ability of us humans to write down what's in our heads and put it down and send it off to others is an immense power. This led to civilization developing. We could share knowledge fast. We got the knowledge out of our heads and we put it down on something. So that's what Rachel is doing right now. And she's using the alphabet. We humans had to invent that. It's a great power. And look at this. All the humans right now in this class are looking at this and wondering, well, okay, what's she going to write next?
I wonder.
Yeah,
Is Z pronounced Z or Z?
could you please write down under evaluation, I wonder, dot, dot, dot.
Z instead of
I wonder.
depending on the country.
Wow. Do you think the squirrel that moves so rapidly in the backyard at your home across a cable, or the dolphin that jumps, or the elephant whose trunk rises, or Sam Altman, the creator of OpenAI and his new machine, do you think they wonder in the way that you do?
Uh-uh.
No, we wonder. It's an incredible power. The larger the island of knowledge, the longer the shoreline of wonder. The larger the island of knowledge. So we're going to get lots of knowledge in this class, more wonder. So I wonder, how do I receive 100% in this class? Could you just write that down, please? How do I receive 100% in this class? Well, I'm going to break it down for you. This is going to be our evaluation slide. And you can always check this later in the class folder, class 1 on DC Connect. You will see, along with everything else there that we will be showing on the video wall, are the resources. Number 1, the discussion posts. So could you just write down number 1, Rachel, the discussion posts? Every week after this class, you need to do a discussion post. Every week. But the good news for you in person here is you have very little to do. It's the people who are out there in the cosmos. They have a lot more to do.
So wait,
But let me just explain how this will work, okay? First, the discussion post, then 4 assignments. 4 assignments for you to do. Everything that you do in this class is a reflection. There are no tests. There are no exams. There's a lot of writing and thinking about the big ideas we actually explore in this class. I would like you to just write down underneath in bigger kind of letters, writing is a process, not the product. I'm going to help you to develop a deeper appreciation of writing so that you will start to be able to understand the power of writing well. This will help you immensely in your life. It will help you to become a better communicator. Writing, in the way most of us think, is a product. We have to sit down and we have to write something really well quickly. Good writing is a process of rewriting that enables you to figure out what you really want to say. And so I'm going to help you to understand that you need to be rewriting and learning how to think of writing as a process to reach greater clarity. Writing is a process, not product. So every class, if you come in person, you have one question that you have to write in the discussion thread at the end of the class. Just a question. For those of you in person right now, all you need to do is think about what's one question based on what we explored in today's class that I would write in the discussion thread, and then write it with your own words. No machine, no AI. Please do not resort to ChatGPT because you will lose the effectiveness of this exercise, which is critical thinking. So please do not enter into ChatGPT. In our class today, taught by Lon Appleby, Humanity's Destiny, I need an intelligent, informal question to put about humanity's future. And then you enter a few notes, and then it gives you the pizza, nicely, freshly delivered. No, you have to think. What's the question? If you do that, you come in person, you enter that question, you get 3 out of 3. And you get that every week. 3 out of 3 just for that question. If you join the class online, for example, Edith and Wasi and Maddie, they will receive, just by coming to the class today, 2 out of 3 just by being there. But if they want the 3 out of 3, they not only have to write the question, they've got to write 175 to 200 words explaining why they asked the question. And it's the same with the students who are watching the recordings. They have more work to do. So there's a benefit to coming in person. But if you can't, just know that you always have the option of watching the recording and doing that. You will be doing that every week. There will be 4 assignments as well. All of those assignments are written reflections building towards the big final critical reflection that you will be doing. If you decide that you want to really write well and communicate well in this class, you can get really high marks. If you are afraid of writing, please come talk to me and I will get you the help you need. So in order to get that 100%, writing is a process, respecting the written word, lots of critical reflecting and thinking, and in that final assignment, a big one, you will have a chance to choose how you write. You could do it as a video, you could do it as a presentation. So the assignments are worth 4 assignments, and you can just put the 4 assignments, just put a little arrow underneath or directing us to the 4. You can go down, exactly. Assignment 1 is worth 15%.
That's a lot.
Assignment 2 is 15%. Assignment 3 is 25%. And assignment 4 is 30%. Let me make sure my math is okay. And then the rest are the discussion posts, 1% or 1.5% every week. Let's make sure it's all good, okay? And then we'll move on. Hold on a second, okay? So 15%, that's 2 of them, 30% for those first 2 assignments. Assignment 3, 25%. That takes us to 40%. Then assignment 4 is 30%. That takes us to 70%. And it might take us a little bit higher because the participation discussion post should total 20%, not 30. So I'll have to adjust this a little bit, okay? But the discussion posts will all be worth either 20% or 30% total for the whole semester. Okay. I'm going to stop and I'm going to get ready for an activity because I think it's about time where we actually start to interact a lot more intensively. But I want to check in with all of you before we do this. Is it okay if every class we don't take a break at the top of the hour, but we end 15 minutes early? Are you good with that?
I am.
Are you good, Manish? If anybody has a real problem with it, email me and I will figure out another way to assist you. If you really have to go to the washroom or do something, I can understand. In 5 minutes, you will have that opportunity. But if not, I think we should move on to our big activity today when we're really going to start to interact in ways that will help me to understand something. So, Rachel, thank you. And let's see, nice writing, nice and clear, the calligraphy. Sometimes the writing that gets done, I have to come and rewrite a little bit. I won't have to do that with you. Do you mind if from time to time through the semester we call on Rachel? And okay, so do you want to come back to your seat? You can put that, yeah, Maureen will take it. Okay. We're going to have everybody in a moment stand up, and this room is going to get buzzing with all of you talking to each other. But I just want to first make sure everybody's good, okay? Manish.
I got a quick question.
For sure.
Is the first and second assignment each 15%, or they're both combined to a total of 15%?
They're each worth 15%.
So they would be both 30% if you ace them both. And then
That's right. That's right.
assignment 4
Good.
would be 30, and then we have 25. That'd be 75.
It will be something like that. I just have to adjust the math a little bit later, but it will be The each first two assignments, 15% each, so 30% total, not 15%. Okay,
Okay.
that's all.
Just need clarification.
Okay, great. Can you just do me a favor and start running that Parker Solar Probe? Just no audio, okay? Just want to get this going, okay? And then to inspire you a little bit as we talk about the next few things. In a moment, I'm going to have all of you stand up here together. There will be a line of you, half of the class, facing the other half, who will be very close, and you're going to be in a kind of speed discussion activity about what you expect to achieve in this class. Your expectations of what you want to learn and how you want to learn it are really, really important. And we're going to then take up what you discuss as a big group at the end, and maybe we'll have Rachel go back and do the take-up notes as well, but we'll see if somebody else wants to give it a try, okay? But for now, we have our default note taker, and if she continues to do that, then I might just say to her, you don't have to worry about doing questions every week. You're going to get your 3 out of 3 by just standing up there and doing the notes. That's participation. December the 24th, just before Christmas Day, one of our machines, it's called the Parker Solar Probe, which has been traveling in space since about 2018, entered the upper atmosphere of the star at the center of our solar system. I don't think there is another development that's happened in the last little while that really demonstrate just how awesome it is with humans and their desire to understand more about the natural world than the fact that right now, today, when you leave this class and you look up at the sun, something like 150 million kilometers away, the battery of everything that has happened on this planet, bathing this planet in heat and light, making life possible. The sun is just one star in our galaxy, and for millions and millions of years, it has been this thing out there that we would worship and we would wonder about. And now we have sent a machine, and it is up there, closer than ever. It can withstand the development of the solar probe. It can withstand the heat, the millions of degrees of heat, and the solar winds, and the particles, and the radiation. That machine is there, and it is doing something that is almost unimaginable. It is a creation of the human species on planet Earth that has gone further into the solar system than anything has, and it can handle the pressure. See, humans are remarkable on this planet. 10,000 years ago, there were only a few thousand of us, just in different parts of the planet, different little pockets. And then gradually we started to move, and we learned how to withstand natural pressures, natural forces. Once upon a time, we humans had to deal with the Ice Age, the last Ice Age. We almost became extinct. But something about the humans is that we learn again and again how to be resilient. We create tools that allow us to do more, tools that allow us to go further, but also allow us to destroy so much. There is something in us, we humans, that pushes us further and further just because we want to know what is out there. We all have this urge. When you come into this activity in a moment, I'd like you to at least reflect as you're having this discussion about the fact that you're doing it together as humans. You're using language, you're speaking to each other, you're talking about what you want to do in this class, you're thinking about what you want the future to be. And maybe in what you expect to achieve in this class, you will find something that you didn't even realize you wanted to know. But just by listening to others, you might have some new ideas. You will have exercised the critical part of being human, our imagination. Our imagination and our courage and our perseverance. You will hear this again and again this semester when it comes to humanity's destiny on this planet. We humans have the imagination. Unlike any other creature that has ever walked on this planet, we have the courage, the boldness, and we have this stick-to-itiveness, this perseverance. We just keep going no matter what, because we want to achieve that result. No other animal, no other creature on this planet has ever been able to do that. So when you stand here and you interact with each other, try to remember you are doing something really quite special. You are being human. You are being fundamentally human. And there's something very powerful about that. Okay, so I'm just going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Wow. So I have to do something just before we start, before I forget. I'm going to do this really fast so I can manage the attendance today. This is a note to myself on the recording, okay? So I can track everything. Note to self at a future date. I'm imagining myself 5 or 6 days from now at 3 in the morning when I have to check this class and all the attendance. I'm imagining the future. In this class today, in the Cosmos, is Edith, and Edith's last name is, and she will put it into the live chat if she hears me. Please put your last name into the live chat. Edith, Akalish Kumar, Wasi Muhammad, and Maddie were here. And then let's do this very fast. I'll do it with you. Name is fully? I'm going to have to do this the old way, but this is always the most fun way. Microphone, okay? And then thank you. Let's move this microphone fast. Karaoke, and I will bring it to you. Full name.
Oyintare Kunyan.
Thank you very much.
Amrinder Singh.
Amrinder Singh, I can remember that. Let's pass that microphone around. Say it clearly. Karaoke, please. Full name.
Dawson Kilmister.
Okay, keep the microphone going.
Yukta Patel.
Yep,
Keyshawn Thomas.
nice. Keep it going.
Utsav Chawla.
Yes,
Mehak Kapoor.
okay. Keep it going.
Nicholas Jones.
Excellent.
Abdul Mohammed. Stephen Panos.
Stephen, keep going.
Maria Kristevsky.
Yep. 3 humans back here.
Raylan McCaffrey.
Nice.
Lorelai Bolton.
Thank you, Morlai.
Kurt Beatty.
Kirby?
Kurt Beatty.
Kurt B. Okay, thank you, Kurt. Yes. Okay.
Natalie Wade.
Natalie, thank you. Keep it going.
Kristen Sabatka.
Yes, thank you, Kristen.
Sierra MacDonald.
Thank you, Sierra.
Behruz Hoke.
Okay, behind you.
Shivam Amin.
Okay. If we get this kind of in-person attendance every week, which is great, I'll figure out a faster way to do this. But we'll see next week how it goes. And I know you. Go ahead.
Corson McCord.
Yeah, Corson. Nice to see you, Corson. Yep. Go ahead.
Ankush Kumar.
Ankush
Ankush Kumar.
Kumar. Thank you. Okay. And go ahead. You can use that microphone. I'll use it. Yeah. Go ahead.
Jake Robinson.
Okay, Jake, hold that. Manish, last name? Just say it. Manish S. Manish S. Okay.
For further clarification, do not call me Jacob.
He's going to have lots to say. Burak, smart guy. He was in another class of mine.
Burak Angel.
Yeah. Nice.
Ismail Muhammad.
Okay.
Andrew Skerritt.
Andrew Skerritt. Thank you, Andrew. Okay. And did you mention your name, right? Okay. Good. Now, here we go. Who you see? Yeah, good.
My full name is Ling Lee. You can just call me Ling for short.
I have to check it against the spreadsheet. So what's the full?
Ling Lee.
Ling Lee. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Ling. Yeah, excellent. It's L-Y, isn't it? Not L-I.
Ling.
Oh, L-I-N-G. Okay, Ling Lee. Got it. Okay. Yes.
Khushbu Desai.
Krish.
Khushbu Desai.
Okay. Thank you. And then Rachel, last name is Kowienski. Okay. Rachel Kowienski. Got it. I remember. Okay. Got everybody. Now here we go. I'm going to give everybody a number and we're going to split the class into 2 and we're going to get this going. So you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Those 15, would you please come up here to the front? And I'd like you all to stand in a line, shoulder to shoulder, facing the other way. Okay, so let's get this going. 15. Yep, Manish. And we're going to pack you in here. The whole purpose of the activity is you're going to feel the sweat from another human right next to you. You're going to feel the humans in this room. Okay, 15? Sure. Okay. So let's see if we're going to make straight lines. So we may have to push the couches a little bit further. Excellent. Okay. Could you come over and go stand beside Manish? So we're going to have a nice line of humans here, all shoulder to shoulder. Good. Good. Now, humans working together is, it has been said by world historians, is the most powerful force on the planet. It's called persistent collective learning. When humans come together and they interact, they do much more than they can alone. And when humans use language and they have some passion and they like what they're talking about and they like each other, sky's the limit. So for the rest of you, 15, I'd like you to come stand almost chest to chest, but don't touch, just close, and stand in front of a person, okay? So could you stand in front of her? Please all come up, the 15 of you. You should all be standing in front of somebody, okay? And it will be 2 lines, and you will be facing each other. Nice. Nice. Okay? And for those of you in the Cosmos, Edith, Aklish, and Wasi, I will come to you in a moment, but we need to get the in-person group, okay? Sierra, yeah, okay, please go here. Okay, good. Okay. So now we have, good, Corson. What we have is 30 brains. There are no machines. Notice? Where are the machines? You can't use your machine. It's just human to human. One of the very important things you're going to develop in this class this semester is not just understanding more about our shared human future on the planet, but how to communicate better. Communication skills are part of your essential employability skills. Learning how to work with people, listen to people, interact with people is about teamwork. And this is going to help you in your future. So here's what I would like all of you to do. The first line here, when I say go, I would like you to tell the person in front of you what you think being the future means. What do you think being the future means? And the person in front of you will listen. And then a couple minutes later, after you've explained that, the person standing in front of you will tell you what he or she thinks being the future means. And then I'm going to say switch. And everybody's going to take a step to the left. And you're going to do the same thing again with another person. And the line is going to start to move around. And in about 20 minutes, you're going to return to your seats and we're going to put Rachel back there or somebody else, and we're going to take this up and we're going to find out what you think it means. This is important, being the future. We need to get a definition. Does it make sense? Clear? On your mark, get set, please start. Now I'm going to come online in a moment. Now, be the future. You tell him, you tell her, okay? Now let's see what's happening on that. Yes. What do you think be the future means? You want to be the future. What does that mean? You want to be the future. Okay, well, you tell him, then he can go, "Are you crazy?" Or maybe he'll say, "Yeah, I'd like to help you do that." But both tell each other what you think be the future means for you, okay? Okay, be the future. Be the future. And then I'll switch in a moment. Okay. Wasi, can you hear me? It's Lon just behind the class, behind the podium right now. Just in the live chat. Let's see who's in the class or not. Wasi Akalish? I guess not. Okay. So for those of you watching the recordings, I'm going to talk to you in a moment. But first, I want to make sure that everybody here is okay. So what do we have here? Oh, I see what she's done. Okay. Very good. Okay. Okay, switch. Take a step to the left. Now here's where we get train wreck possibility, but I'm going to help you. In the corner, I would like you to come around. Is it okay? Take a step to your left. Take a step to your left, Rachel. Everybody move to the left. At the end, you're coming around. You should be standing in front of a new person, okay? And then we will avert a disaster. Sometimes there is this terrible train wreck, and it really gets kind of nasty. But over here, you should have turned around, and I'm concerned. There's an even number. So when you came around left, I am almost sure. But you should be standing in front now of a new person. Keep going and go be the future. Continue. Okay, Wasi, good. So Wasi, what I would like you to do is I would like you to also participate in the activity. And so in the live chat, I would like you to write down, what do you think be the future means? What does be the future mean? Just think about this for a moment. What you write will probably require some rewriting and some revision. But for now, when I say that you are going to be the future in this class, what does that mean? Okay. So for everybody watching the recordings, I'm just walking around here. It's Lon. You will see me in a moment come into the camera. But what you're seeing now is the kind of interaction that we're going to have in this classroom. And look at the video wall above everybody. We're going to be using the video wall, using this big visual display to present videos, research, images, all sorts of important information about our future, using the best technology that we can. Switch one step to the left, no train wreck at the ends. Yes. Keep going. You will not be able to say and hear everything you want, but you're going to have a little sense of ideas. That's all we need. Keep going, please. Be the future. What does it mean? Be the future. You should be, are you missing a person? Okay, you can make it up then and join with somebody. But you need to be in front of somebody who's either talking to you or listening to you. Okay? Be the future. Okay? Okay, you stay here. That's good. Okay, good. Are you in front of somebody? Good. Are you with somebody? Okay, because you should be talking to a new person. Okay, so come around. And if you are not, then join somebody else so you can stand with her and talk to Corson. Okay, that's good. Good. Okay, switch one step to the left, and I'm going to make sure there's no big. Let me just check here. Okay, come around. Yeah. Okay, good. Let's see, and it should be. I'm just going to count 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, there might be an odd number. Okay, keep it moving. If you're finding you're looking for somebody, join somebody else. Okay. Yeah, keep it moving to the left. Okay, so keep moving to the left. That's it. That's it. Okay, that's it. There we go. Okay. Yes. Everybody moves to the left. Everybody. We'll get it next time, okay? For this time, just stay where you are and I'll help you next time. Make sure. But you should be in a new person. It's always, both rows are always moving. They're always stepping one step to the left. So you'll see. For now, stay where you are and I'll help you next, okay? When we move. Okay. Yeah. Yep. So stay there for now and then I will help you in a moment, okay? Okay, we're going to switch once more, and this time I'll help you do this properly. So everybody take a step to the left. So Manish, keep moving to your left, and I'm going to make sure everybody's in front of somebody new. So keep moving, and you should also come around. Take a step to the left. If you have to, come around. Next week, we're going to do smaller teams. This might just be a little rough for a big class, okay? But it should be 15 and 15. So we'll do this once more. Come around and keep going to your left. So Barack and others, and is it Stephen? Stephen? Andrew, sorry, Andrew? Yeah, Andrew. Scared. Okay, somehow I knew there was an S in there somewhere. Okay, so make sure that you're in front of a new person. All right, so however you step, just make sure that you're standing in front of a new person. This will be the final time. Then we're going to do our take up. So everybody standing in front of a new person, come to your left. Okay, keep moving to your left. This way. Okay, come this way. Exactly. That's it. And your name again is? Maria. Okay, Maria, have you already spoken with him? Okay, so you're standing in front of him. Keep moving to your left. Okay, you should be standing. You keep moving. Exactly. Okay, good. Is it? So then you should be standing in front of him, and you were with Andrew, and you were with Barack, and Sierra, and oh, it'll come to me. Jake. Yeah, I knew. Okay, so Jake and Sierra, and good. Everybody should be standing in front of a new person. They have not yet had a chance to talk to. Good. Okay, this is the final one. Okay, be the future. Tell that person what that means, and then we're going to take this up. Please go ahead. Okay. Is it okay? Yeah, I figured that out. Okay, good. Oh, we're good. With the Tori, it looks like one of them I lost, Wasi, and then I'm not sure if Akalesh is there. So we'll continue. We've got a great in-person group. So this is the second class today where we've had this big in-person turnout. I'm very surprised. Yeah. Yes. Well, we'll try. If we continue with this turnout, we'll use that next week, and also next week we'll go to the pods. Okay. It's too big with this. I know. Okay. Yeah. 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 Sure. Okay. Good. Okay, so in a moment, we're going to take this up, and I'm going to continue with let Rachel take notes. Yeah, I think she did a good job. And so let's see, in terms of what happens here. Oh, can you bring back the space station there? Yeah, I wasn't sure. Yeah, good. Like you have. That's great. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, just let it play in its perfect. Yep. Nice. Okay. Great. Okay, so we have that. I have to get the notes there. Okay. Let's try one little test, okay, for a moment. Are you able to put the 5 screens up there into one panel? Can I see? Yeah, let's see it, okay? You could use this one if you want, okay? Hmm. Okay, come back to what we just had, and we'll try this next week, okay? Yeah, good. Please please go take your seats, okay? Please take your seats. We're going to start the big part of the class, the take-up. Great. Please take your seats, go back. We're going to do the take-up. Rachel, could you please take the board? And we have some important information to put down. Excellent. Okay. On the big board, I'd just like to let you know of something that's happening over here right now. And are you able to make that full screen over here for a moment? Let's see if it will work. Great. Well, right now we are live from the International Space Station. We are over the South Pacific at this very moment. NASA and the International Space Station, that is about 425 kilometers up there right now. The space station will soon be decommissioned. It's been going for quite a few years now. But what's that? I think it's about 14 years. It might even be a little bit longer. I need to check that, Jake. Okay, I may be wrong, but you may know Chris Hadfield, the Canadian who commanded the space station. Well, the space station has a high definition camera. Some of you may know this image. How many of you have seen this? The ISS's live view, the planet going around. Excellent. So that's what we are now seeing from elevated 425 kilometers or so, elevation 435 kilometers, is that the space station right now is moving at a speed that's very hard to get into our little human brains. But we're going to do this just so you understand something about our destiny. Humanity is in space now. That is irreversible. If Elon Musk had his way, he's going to be the one who takes humanity there and will have control over the first space colony that he's itching to build on Mars, just dying to be that person. Well, we will definitely be talking about this, Jake, a lot later in the semester. I just want to remind you that we humans not only have sent a solar probe very close to the sun, and we're getting really close to understanding more about the sun's power in terms of its winds, its particles, its radiation, its heat, and soon it might even be part of your own lives, nuclear fusion, which may be the next big thing in energy, which is when humanity learns how to replicate cheaply the fusion of subatomic particles clashing in the sun and uses that to create clean, unlimited source of energy for humanity forever. We won't have to use fossil fuels anymore. This could be the next big thing. It would be remarkable to be alive when we humans harness the power of the sun, just the way Nikola Tesla wanted it. Nikola Tesla will definitely be talking about a lot too later. But just put your mind around the fact that right now there is a human machine, 425 kilometers up there in the sky. It's orbiting the Earth in 90 minutes. It's moving at 7 kilometers or so per second. So just try to get your mind around this scale, because in order to be ready for the future, you need to open yourself up to cosmic scale, cosmic time, being able to hold that thought in your mind. How many kilometers an hour is 7 kilometers per second? Try to do the math. How many can you do it? Just don't go for your machine. Do it with your memory. Do it with your brain. Can you multiply 7 kilometers per second by then 60 seconds in a minute times 60? So that's 320 times 7, something like 21,000 kilometers per hour? I may be wrong. We need to do this math properly. So could you just swipe this? Just because I want you to feel a little bit queasy, get a little bit of a headache in trying to imagine the scale and speed of human machines today and what we're doing. Yeah, excellent. Okay, Rachel. So the actual speed of the International Space Station in kilometers per hour, we need to write that figure there right now. And then you're going to get a sense of just how fast it's going. So 7.6 kilometers per second, how does that calculate in kilometers per hour? So we have a human over here using his head. I like this. He's not going for machine. This is what we normally do now. We go to Google, we go to calculator, we go to this, but you got to use your brain. Okay, but what's your name again? Amrinder. Amrinder. So what should Rachel write there? Kilometers per hour. How fast is the International Space Station going around the planet right now? How many kilometers per hour? We'll do the math together. 7 times 60 is 420, isn't it? Oh, now we're getting somewhere. This is a lot faster than being on the 407 or the 401. So let's see if this works. 7 times 60 is 420 kilometers per minute. 420 times 60 is, well, can we do this in our heads? 420 times 64, 420 times 10 would be 4,200, times 6 would be about 24,000 kilometers per hour. That means it's traveling from Whitby to Oshawa in probably about 2 or 3 seconds. It already did. In the time that it took us to say that, that space station traveled from Whitby to Oshawa, or maybe further. Velocity. Could you write down in big word velocity? Get your mind around the power of all of this, of our machines. 24,000 kilometers per hour. A human machine, and it goes around the Earth in 90 minutes. And it is doing that right now. And at this moment, it's over the Chilean Sea. This is what we humans have created in 2025. We are getting close to the sun, and we see the Earth all the time. So with that in mind, velocity is with a C, not an S. Good. Thank you. Rachel, can we go back now and do the final slide? You can, here's what you don't need to rub. Take your finger and see those 2 little lines at the lower right-hand corner of the screen. Keep going. There you go. Put your finger there and hold it, and then you will be able to swipe in a moment. It should do it. I might have to help you. Sometimes it's not always working, but I can do this because it will be something like that. Could you write down evaluation again in that nice way that you had before and do 1, 2, 3? Not evaluation. Be the future means. Be the future means. Okay, we have 10 minutes left. We have to get some critical information up there, and then you will be dismissed, and you will have your question to write in the discussion post on DC Connect. And for those of you watching the recording and online, you have a full explanation to do of 175 to 200 words. So who's ready to begin to help us to put 3 critical points about what Be the Future means, and we want 3 distinct points about what you think being the future means. And we'll help you condense it. So you can start by just talking, and then we're going to get down to a few words for each point, okay? Who's ready to just start telling us what they think being the future means based on the conversation you just had? Using your memory from what we just did together, not allowed to check any machine and any notes for anything. All human brain human memory, thinking, right? Thinking. Okay. Jake, want to try? Yeah, being the future means, okay? Just and make sure you turn it on, and
Is it on?
it definitely is.
Being the future is kind of a tricky question. It can mean many different things. Is it the future for your family, or the future for yourself, the future for your community, or your country?
Okay. Keep going.
I believe that each of these is kind of connected in some way or form because I thought I turned it off for a second. We will leave something behind no matter what. We to anyone we have interacted with, any heart we have touched, we will leave something behind. For the future, I believe what's important is what we leave behind.
Yes, absolutely.
Our generation, or at least mine, being born in 2005, we are mainly left with problems that we need to solve.
Yep.
For example, right now we will need to solve house market, the inflation and wages, because teachers have gone on strikes and the post office is currently on strike.
Oh, they finished, thankfully.
Oh, thank God my package should arrive next month then.
Yeah, they
Uh,
finished.
But
Okay, I'm gonna
we are
help you
given
I'm gonna help
those
you
problems.
for a second. Being the future means, if I say to you, Jake, do you want to be the future? And you say yes, and I say, Jake, what do you mean? I think you want to be a problem solver.
I would like to be a problem solver.
Being the future means problem solving. Okay? We've got a lot of problems. Your life is full of problems.
Oh, it certainly is.
Not just yours, Jake, mine, yours, and Harry Potter, Hogwarts over here. Okay, Mr. Hogwarts, Emrinder, right? Emrinder, and Stephen. I know he's got problems.
Steven.
Andrew, Andrew, why I think you're damn Stephen, because I'm an idiot. Okay, now it's in my head. Andrew Scarrett. Yeah, you see? Okay. Every single one of us, so the cliche goes, is fighting a battle that nobody knows anything about.
I don't know anything about my own battle.
Yes, you do. You do. If I really asked you, Jake, the good human that you are, with the brain that you have and the courage that you have, you know full well what it is. I even think you know what the solutions are too, but
I don't. I honestly don't.
well, maybe by the end of this class, this semester, you'll have a better sense of what some of the solutions might be. But we'll get there.
I doubt
Okay.
it, but
Ooh,
let me finish. I'll trust you.
well, trust us as humans solving problems. Here, by the way, is something you may never have been told about. You just may know the term. Have any of you ever heard of a thing called the ozone layer?
There was a hole in it. I think it either got repaired or it's still there.
Well, what happened to the hole? It's getting fixed. Do you know that? The ozone layer is not the problem it used to be. Who fixed it? Well, not quite. Humans figured out if we stop putting chlorofluorocarbons and all these aerosols and refrigerants and manage what we put out there that caused the ozone layer to start to come apart. And if we come together as an international community, which is what we did at that time, we might be able to solve this problem that humans created in the first place. So my answer to you, just to think about, Jake, is that we humans create a lot of problems, but we also fix a lot of problems too. And we fix our own problems.
That is human nature.
It kind of is. It kind of is. Although I have taught so much human history and human evolution that I'm not even sure there's a thing called human nature anymore. We are so capable of changing so much. We have changed so much. We will change. I don't know exactly what human nature is anymore. What I do know is
change because I don't want to look like the day I did when I was born.
okay.
For real.
Human nature is changing. Once upon a time, we thought all women were women and men were men. Now I go to the gym and I look around and I'm not sure who the woman or the man is or who is both.
What do you think I am?
Well, you are a beautiful human creature, but I have no idea beyond that what you
Well,
are.
that's the first time anyone's called me a creature in a positive term, but I am non-binary.
Oh, there you go.
Dude, I'm a chicken.
We have change and creativity and being open to. Do you know if you'd said that just even 10 years ago, somebody surely would have said, I don't want to be in the same room as this freak. How about slavery once upon a time? Wasn't that long ago? Get the blacks out of here. And then I'm a Jew. We get the Jews out of here. And we just
Irish.
decided we can be so many things if we listen to each other and learn that all humans want to be free and creative. But boy, we don't like it. We don't like things that are different, do we? And yet, here's Jake. He's saying, I know what I want. I know who
Not
I
a
am."
he.
What's that? They. Thank you. There you go. So problem solving, that is a critical thing. We're going to do one more and then we're going to stop. One more and then we'll stop. Because I promised you, you would be leaving this class always at 3:45. No break. So it's almost time.
Can we extend it? I like the class.
Good, Manish. Well, I think that means you're going to come back in person. We're going to see some more human eyes next week, but we will see. By the way, I learned something today. Having that activity with 30 people is too much. I didn't expect such a crowd. Next week, we're going to have smaller groups and we're going to go to the pods and you're going to be working on things together. And then we're going to put all of that up here on the big board.
Why don't you organize?
We'll have
this?
lots of good teams. So what's another point? Being in the future means problem solving. Second thing. Do you want to try, Rachel? Yeah, go ahead. What do you think? Do you want to give Rachel a microphone? Okay. And we could even give a close-up for Rachel for the online group. Maureen's going to put the camera over to Rachel, and she gets her YouTube live close-up. Okay. And here we go. You'll see this for all, 3 people watching
not yippee.
YouTube right now. You are live to the world. Okay, Rachel? Speak to that camera over there, the black one. And maybe we just zoom out a little bit. And so we can see Rachel. Okay, Rachel, could you tell them out there and us what you think the second thing should be?
Can't hear you, Rachel.
Ooh, who's that?
I'm not hearing Edith. I'm not hearing her.
Hi, Edith, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back. I went to pick up the kids. I'm sorry. I didn't say nothing
It's
for
okay.
you.
So you're safe. So you mean Planet E? There's life on Planet E, and we haven't lost you in space. You're actually there.
Yeah, I'm safe. I can't hear Rachel. I'm not hearing her.
Okay. Can you hear Rachel? Yes. Okay. Go ahead. Thank you, Edith. Incredible. We have life in the
The rescue
cosmos.
mission worked.
Sorry, Rachel, please go ahead and speak to Edith.
All right. Hey, Edith. So to me, like I was saying, I think that being the change means that you have to be critical and reflect on the decisions that you make in your life, both personally and, in terms of like politically, who you vote for and how you act in your community, because being the future could be tomorrow, it could be 20 years from now, 100 years from now. So I don't know how to put this.
Oh,
but-
there's a lot there.
yeah, but basically, I think that being the change means making.
The future means.
Yeah.
Future means.
Yes. What did I say? Sorry.
You said change.
Oh, sorry. Being the
Future.
future means making positive choices and positive decisions, both in your personal relationships and in your community as much as possible.
There's so much there. We've got the beginning of maybe a small assignment and maybe a longer piece, but let's pick out a couple of words that are critical to get down there. I'm going to help you, and I'm going to end with something that you may never have thought about before. Do you know the human brain, which what we've just seen on display, very nicely here with writing and thinking, and Jake's brain as well on display and his courage. There is no other animal on this planet with its brain that can imagine far ahead, can think of way beyond the world as it is right now. And there's no other creature on this planet with its memory that can think back so far with the memory. We humans have this remarkable 360-degree vision in our imaginations. And we can see into the future. May not have happened, but we can imagine it. We can look back. You can remember something that happened. We can talk about ancient civilizations or even beyond, because our minds are big. We like to reflect. Being the future means being reflective. No other creature can sit back and think the way we can. Try this sometime, please, and then I'll let you go, okay? Tonight, just try not going to your machine. Do not use your phone. Do not use your laptop. Do not use your television. Do not use any device to stimulate yourself, to fill your imagination with something, and do what religious prophets do, what Buddhists do, what people who really have brought us great ideas in history. Sit in a quiet place and think. Just listen. Imagine. Think about your future. Imagine yourself in 50 years. Where will you be? Think back to the way you were 15 years ago. Who were you? Start to reflect on everything that's happening around you and what might happen. And you will see that you have a power that you may never have thought you had before. I'll see you next week. Thank you very much.
I have something to say. Excuse
Dave.
me. I have
Yes.
something to say. I
Okay.
feel like being in the future is to get ready to be unemployed, because now the robots, they're trying to create some robots that will be taking over women's jobs. So I feel like there will be high rates of unemployment, something like that.
Well, Edith, thank you. And there is nothing more satisfying for me to end a class with the sound of music, which is there's a student talking and thinking something through. Next week, maybe we'll see your face and maybe we'll see you in person. Who knows? Thank you, Edith. Okay. Take
Okay,
care.
thank
everybody.
you. Bye.
And get your question. Okay. And Rachel,